Hello, 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 and God bless America. Patriot James coming back at you with another DIY. I'm working on my live well. I got an old toolbox that Richard Warskow give me. Right there it is, old black toolbox. He had it as a live well with a spray bar in it for a long time. Now I have it, and I just took the spray bar out of it. The holes in the spray bar for the size of pump that I had was actually, the holes was too big. I was getting more of a trickle than a spray. So I'm going to create another spray bar to mainly use in the summertime more than the wintertime. Reason being, a good hard spray spraying across the water surface works better than a spray that shoots straight down. I understand water going across, it makes it hard to see in the tank. It also makes it harder for you to get in it without getting splashed. But that being said, the water spray going across the box, it evaporates. You got evaporation, which causes cooling, a lot of cooling. It works basically like a cooling tower you see at industries and stuff, that big cooling tower, and you see water mist coming out the top of it. What that is giving you multiple surfaces for evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling. Cooling will keep your water a lot cooler in your live well. So I got to thinking, I've seen these bait tank people have Venturis running their system. Them Venturis create a lot of air. Well, the video you're getting ready to watch, or you're watching right now, excuse me, you'll see me run this pump, which is a 1,100 gallon an hour pump. I think this Venturi would work better with maybe a 1,500 gallon an hour, and everybody said, oh, that's too much water, that's too much water, that's too much water. Well, I'm going to show you how the reason it's not too much water. I don't know if you can see the hole inside of that. Let me turn it with a light and get it. There's a little bitty hole in there, and then you got this big water trying to push through this little bitty hole. Well, what happens with a Venturi, this hose coming out of this Venturi right here will suck air. As long as you leave this out in the open air, it will be sucking air, and then it will force air out through here, a lot of air. The video coming up, you'll see how much air this is actually creating. Let me take my pocket knife. Only thing I've done on this one, just for trial, just to see if it will work, it's actually designed for a higher pressure pump, or, daggum yellow jacket, sorry about that, or some kind of feed line from a higher pressure. So you see how big the outgoing water hole is. It's 1.25 inches, I think. No, 1.1 inches. That's 1.1 inches. Well, I used to do a lot of gardening, and my father-in-law, bless his soul, before he passed away, he loved gardening. And he worked at some greenhouses. Well, them greenhouses, I'm probably getting ready to give away a secret. I could probably sell this idea and make money off of something, but that ain't what I'm all about. I'm all about helping my fellow man. And y'all are my fellow men and women. And I thank you for your support. But what I'm getting ready to show you is actually designed to hook up on a big pump or on your hose pipe at home to use liquid fertilizer. Mix up your Miracle Grow or whatever. Hook this side straight to your faucet. This side to your hose pipe. This hose actually drops down into a bucket of liquid fertilizer. And when you go to watering, this thing will pull liquid fertilizer up, mix the fertilizer in with this water that's coming out of here, and it'll give you a proper mixture of fertilize to each one of your plants. And I guess whatever plant you're fertilizing, you need to use a proper fertilizer. We're not talking about growing stuff, but that's what this is. It's actually called a fertilizer siphon. You can find them on Amazon. The brass ones are about $25. You can find some that's a little bit cheaper, but they charge you shipping, so it's basically the same price, whether you get it free shipping or not. But there is one on there I seen a little while ago that is blue, and it's plastic. That plastic might work. I don't know. I don't have one to, match up, but I am going to order one because I've got a smaller tank that I like carrying if I'm going after bait. But for right now, I'll be carrying the big one. Who knows? You might get on a big fish and need that live well. But with that being said, I'll finish keep a Cadillacing. The video will be up, and we'll see you there. Little old 1,100 gallon an hour pump actually making a pretty good bit of air with it. Sure enough. Right there's the air side. As you can see, I'll close it off. Air goes away. Open it back up. You see the air just a-flowing. So I hope you liked that live well video. Right now in the wintertime, the only thing I'm going to run is the pump and the Venturi sucking air. And I also have an oxygen system that if I need more, that I'll put oxygen on them. This right here creates a lot of air, a lot of flow. But one little trick that I didn't tell you is that in summertime, this will pull hot air. It will pull hot air and blow hot air into your water, which will create more heat. What I would advise y'all to do is take this in and drop it down inside your cooler. I always carry a little small cooler in the summertime, and I fill it with them ice blocks, them freezable ice blocks, and I drop my little bubbler inside of it, so it's blowing cool air into my bait tank and my live well instead of hot air. Hot air is bad. So either way, that's the tricks. I hope you enjoy it. Enjoy the video. Mr. Patriot James, we're gone.